Tutoriales de gramática.
Grammar tutorials.
Conectores. 1.
Connectors. Part 1. What are connectors? Connectors are words or phrases used to establish the connection between parts of a sentence or parts of a text. In addition, connectors allow us to link ideas so we can offer options, include another item, reject options offered, add a new item to a list, among other possibilities. In this tutorial, we will learn some of the key connectors in Spanish, along with examples of how they are used. O, con, y, e. We use o to offer two or more options. It is like or in English.
De entrada, tenemos ensalada o pasta.
With con, we add another item or a characteristic. It is often used like with in English.
2 ensaladas con queso, por favor.
We use y to link words or phrases at the same level. It is like and in English.
Ensalada y pasta, por favor.
Please note, e is used instead of e when the following word begins with an e sound, whether the word begins with the letter I as in idea or with the letters hi as in higos, which means figs.
¿Puede ser ensalada con queso e higos?
Pero. The connector pero adds a bit of new information that is in opposition to or somehow seems to contrast with something already established. In English, we could use the word but in this context. A pause indicated by a comma is generally used before the word pero.
Ensalada, pero sin cebolla.
¿Por qué? Por eso, para. The connector porque is used to articulate a second idea as the cause of the first and main idea in a sentence when the cause is expressed with a conjugated verb. It is usually translated as because in English.
Estudio español porque tengo muchos clientes mexicanos.
The connector por is used to express the second idea, introduced as the origin or cause of the first and main idea, when the cause or origin is presented in the form of a noun. It is usually rendered into English as because of.
Estudio español por mi trabajo.
The connector por eso is used to establish the logical effect or consequence of something already declared at the beginning of the sentence. Please note that it is normally used after a pause that is indicated by a comma. In English, so is a common equivalent.
Tengo muchos clientes mexicanos, por eso estudio español.
Finally, the connector para allows us to express not the cause of the main idea in the sentence, but rather the purpose or ultimate objective. It is often used when people would say, in order to, in English.
Estudio español para hablar con mis clientes mexicanos.
Sí. No. También. Tampoco. Look at the following situation.
¿Quieren pizza? Yo sí. Yo también. Yo no. Yo tampoco.
To respond in the affirmative to something being proposed, we use the word sí. Yes. Meaning, I do.
¿Quieren pizza? Yo sí.
Note that in these kinds of responses, there is no need for a conjugated verb, unlike English. To second an affirmative reaction that someone expressed previously, we say también, meaning, I do too.
Yo también.
On the other hand, to respond in the negative to something being proposed, we use the word no, meaning, I don't.
Yo no.
And to second a negative reaction that someone expressed previously, we say tampoco. In this case, meaning I don't either.
Yo tampoco.
Con, que, donde. Connectors allow us to add new information while avoiding unnecessary repetition. The structure con plus a noun is an important one to learn, since it is a very common way to express additional information about another noun. To understand how it works, please take a look at the following sentences.
Perú es un país. Perú tiene una gastronomía muy rica.
Now see how these two sentences are consolidated into just one without repeating the word Perú and without omitting any details.
Perú es un país con una gastronomía muy rica.
Another frequently used device is to add on another sentence beginning with the connector que. We will use the same two sentences to show how it works.
Perú es un país. Perú tiene una gastronomía muy rica.
The two sentences should be combined into one, again to avoid repeating Perú. The structure with que is called a relative clause or adjective clause because it expresses a quality like an adjective and may be used in its place.
Perú es un país que tiene una gastronomía muy rica.
In this case, que is followed by another sentence, complete with a conjugated verb, rather than just a noun, as with con. Now please look at these two sentences, and note especially the second one, in which a place is referred to with the preposition en.
Colombia es un país. En Colombia hay paisajes muy variados.
When we refer to where something takes place, we can use the connector donde. Here is how it works.
Colombia es un país donde hay paisajes muy variados.
Another option is to use the connector en el que, which has exactly the same meaning.
Colombia es un país en el que hay paisajes muy variados.
In this case, the preposition en, as in Colombia, is followed by the article el, as in el país, and then the relative clause beginning with que. Please take note, in the structure en plus el, la, los, las plus que, the article always agrees in gender and number with the noun that precedes it. Look at the following sentence.
Ciudad de México es una ciudad en la que hay muchos museos.
Here the noun is ciudad, which is feminine and singular, so the connector therefore will be en la que, as we can see.